Hello, this is Angela Anderson. Thanks for joining me for this acrylic painting tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to paint a little Christmas stocking with the puppy in it. And I've got my husband Mark with me tonight.
Hey there, everybody.
He's managing chat for our video. And if you've got any questions, you can ask those in chat and we'll try to answer. Let's get started. Whenever I try to get clever and like change it up, I always kind of flub it. Stick to the script. All right, here we go. Welcome, guys. Glad you're joining us tonight. Hope you're surviving Christmas so far. Yay.
Yeah.
I know. I'm excited. Mark's almost getting his Christmas break here soon.
Yeah, for my other job.
Yes. Yeah, for his other job. You got another week to go with my job.
Exactly. My second job.
All right, we're going to be using a 9 by 12 inch canvas today. I kind of pre-sketched it to see if it would fit with the detail I wanted. This is probably the smallest I would do this painting on. It probably could go with like an 11 by 14, give you a little bit more room to do some detail in the puppy, but I think this will work for tonight, so that's what we're going to use. I've got a few different brushes. I'll be mentioning them as I use them, but a couple angle brushes. You're going to want something for the puppy fur, so a little bit of a blender brush or something with a little bit of a stiffness to it, and some rounds and a liner brush for the foliage, and then we're going to start out with a large filbert for the background. I didn't prep it with a base coat, but if you wanted to, you could do brown or gray or something like that on the background for this one. We're going to paint ours kind of a brownish color, I think, and kind of do the stocking and everything neutral, and then do a few pops of color in the puppy's hat and the foliage and things. Our paint colors tonight are carbon black, burnt umber, burnt sienna, yellow oxide, cadmium yellow light, phthalo turquoise, ultramarine blue, quinacridone magenta, that's a mouthful, cadmium red light, and unbleached titanium, titanium white, and gloss glazing liquid down here. If you don't have the gloss glazing liquid, you can use like matte medium. If you don't have that, then you can just use water and call it good enough.
Weren't they a group back in the 50s?
What?
The Quinacritones?
Quinacritones. Don't know. That should be our band name, I guess.
The Quinacritones.
We'll call it. We're starting a new one. All right. Here we go. I'm going to start by wetting my brush down a little bit. I've got the 8 filbert, so just a kind of a large filbert. It can be a flat, really doesn't matter. We're just gonna kind of do a muted background here for behind our puppy. So I'm mixing kind of burnt umber and burnt sienna, just a little bit more burnt umber than the burnt sienna. I want a little bit of the sienna in there to warm it up, and then I'm going to grab some of the ultramarine blue. That's going to make a really nice gray. I'm going to keep it on the brown side though, so I'm not going to add too much blue. So maybe like 50-50 burnt sienna and blue, and then the burnt umber on top of that to darken it and make it more brown. Still want it a little bit more neutral than that, a bit more gray. Okay, there we go. So you just do it until you like it. I mean, really, there's no secret to it. It's just kind of till you like the color. I used chalk to kind of pre-sketch my stocking. Let me go ahead and just go over that really quick with you. But basically, I kind of wanted to leave enough room up here, and I actually may still move this down, but I really can't move it too much down because you kind of lose that long shape of the stocking. But about halfway is about as far down as I would go, or far up as I would go with the cuff, the bottom cuff of the stocking. So I'm gonna do a curved line there and go to about the little bit past the third on either side there, and then kind of match that up like that. Then come in just a little bit and then come back out. And then that's probably right, maybe on the quarter mark. There's the half mark, there's a quarter. So right on the quarter mark there, kind of leave a nub for the foot. You can come back up and then back down and round it out and then curve it back in like that. So there's our basic stocking shape, right? Then I've got a couple little pom-poms, but then all the ones that I was looking at had the pom-poms on the little holder, which is kind of behind here. You can't see it. So we'll do the pom-poms on this side instead of this side. We'll do the jingle bells coming down. But anyhow, that doesn't really matter right now. We're just going to do the paws. They're coming over. And I want to leave room for this little, I want him to look like he's dressed up like Santa. So instead of the belt, I'm going to put it on the buckle on his collar there. And little bit of smile, little kind of triangle nose, two little kind of almond shaped eyes, and then little fluff around the sides of the face, and then the hat kind of coming at an angle here and coming up over, and big round dot for that. And then the rest of it is just going to be kind of what we can fit in. So I'm going to do a couple candy canes here and here, lots of greenery all the way around and coming down, spilling down over the sides, and then our gift right here kind of tucked in. Thought about doing something up here, but I don't think we're going to have room on here. So that's kind of our basic drawing. And let's go ahead and grab this brown. I'm going to get some white. Okay, that's nice.
So how many points?
Kind of a nice, like milk chocolate brown. Sort of, what?
How many points are we going to deduct if people paint their own puppy in the stocking?
Ooh, no, I like that idea. And I like the idea of like a cat too. Like, we've done enough cats, I think, that you could probably do a cat. Actually, the only cat that I've done recently is that colorful cat, though. But you could use the same colors and just substitute the picture of your cat. You can really easy way of, like, if you don't know how to draw it, I'm going to get some more of the burnt umber here, just do some spots with that, is to just take a photograph and print it out to the size that you need it. So in this case, I would probably do like a, I don't know, 3 or 4 inch photo size, on your 8.5 by 11 sheet, so whatever that math works out to be. But do that, and then you can just trace straight onto your canvas with your drawing or with your printout of your animal, and fit it into your stocking there. I don't think this one is particularly hard to draw, so I definitely think
Are you going to show your work?
doable. My work, what do you mean?
For the math. Usually you have to, show that. So
Show your work.
show the square root of the hypotenuse, the tangent.
I would just generally say your animal should be about half the short side. That would be good enough
Half the short side.
of your paper, like fit in one of the quadrants, and then you'd know it's good, So if like you split your paper into 4 parts,
Gotcha.
you can fit your animal into that upper corner, then you've got it about the right size you need it. Because this canvas size is almost the same size as a printout sheet. It's not that much bigger.
So was there a whole other art math class in college?
Believe it or not, I got straight A's in math. I just forgot it all after. I got straight A's in algebra and all that stuff. I actually liked math. I just don't remember how to do any of it anymore. I mothered 3 kids, and all of that information got replaced by the names of the Wiggles and Thomas the Tank Engine. We watched Bullet Train the other night, and one of the characters was naming off all the Thomas the Tank Engine characters. I was like, yep.
Know that one?
He's definitely a Diesel. Yep. I know. It's like I knew all of them still. So my math went out to make room for that. It's very useful information, still retained.
But we can sometimes remember our kids' names.
On a good day. Unless I'm in a hurry and trying to get their attention. I'm going to go through all of them. Nate, Jordan, Spencer. Sometimes I throw the dog in there. Scooter, our old dog that's dead. Mm-hmm. Just,
Might as well.
Throw them all in there.
Bring them all in.
It'll be one of them will be the right one. All right, here we go. So you can see I'm just kind of being messy about it, not really super careful. And I'm kind of liking all these sort of splotchy brush strokes that are happening. So I actually want a little bit more of that. So I'm going to go back over here with this brush with some of this darker color and just really press down and try to get some. And don't do this if your paint is trying to dry. So this is kind of borderline over here. It's probably getting close to being dried because it's the first part that I did. So just kind of keep an eye on that. But because when it starts to dry, it gets sticky and you don't want to paint over it when it's doing its thing. But okay, so there we go. Actually matched up that background to my digital drawing fairly well, actually. It's kind of scary. All right. Just looked up and was like, wow, okay. Nailed that. Good sign.
You should teach art.
I so far so good.
Yeah. Doing good. Doing all right. You got some people fooled, at least.
30 years in, we know some things. I quoted one of my favorite quotes of Renoir was on his deathbed. Literally, the last thing he said about painting was, "I'm beginning to know a little bit about it." I love that quote. I think I'm beginning to know a little bit about it after however many 78 I think he was.
Oh, so you
that's what I aspire to.
You got a long ways to go.
Just hope I can say that when I'm 78. I think I know a little bit about it. All right. I'm getting some blue here. I'm going to mix that in with my burnt umber. Or, I'm sorry, not burnt umber. Carbon black. Any black will do. This is actually Ultramarine Blue, and Mars Black is Payne's Gray. So I'm making a gray. It's just like a nice blue gray. I'm going a little bit more blue than the gray. Well, actually, I don't think I want it blue. So, yeah. If you have Payne's Gray, you can use that instead. Go for it. There we go. So, I'm going to use this kind of as our background for our stocking color. And I'm going to just put this stocking on kind of lumpy, It's a knitted stocking, so it's going to have some lumpiness. Cable knit. So.
I have Payne's. I'm gray.
You have Payne's from gray.
And I'm lumpy. So there you go.
There you go. Are you a knitted stocking?
I can relate, yes.
Did not know that.
I must be.
Wow.
Who knew?
Learning something new about you.
All those years.
Okay. There we go. I got my Christmas cookie party tomorrow night, so I was staying up late last night making cookies so that I didn't have to do it on work day, on my show day. Don't like to do anything but art stuff on work days, on my show days, because if I don't, then if I do other stuff, I tend to
get out of that rhythm.
Yeah, I kind of lose focus. I think I'm going to bring that up a little bit, widen that out a little bit more.
And I already ate all the good ones you made, so.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You did? You went through and ate all the...
You only made me like 4.
But they were big.
Have we met?
Okay, all right. right, I'm going to go a little bit lighter on the top. Of course, this is going to end up having lots of highlights on it, so I'm going dark deliberately here because this is going to be kind of our undercolor. And then we'll be adding other stuff on top. Again, just kind of dabbing this on with my brush. And I'm going to go over the top of the paws a little bit. Just we'll put those back in on top later. Kind of dipping it down here like that paws are, you know, like he's kind of pushing down on the stocking top here a little bit. All right, that looks pretty good. I was looking up reference photos for this and had to end up photoshopping my own because there was very few stocking cute photos of puppies in stockings, and also very few paintings of them. So this is either a really great idea, a really novel, like, you know, idea, or like a really bad idea. I don't know. Hopefully people like it. I think it's going to be cute. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see. But I was surprised there weren't more. Like, you look up for, you know, snowman painting, and there's a bazillion of them. Not so many puppies in stockings. Oh.
So we just want to, have a disclaimer here. There were no puppies harmed in the creation of this video, so we don't need to hear anything from any animal rights activists.
Yes.
It's all imagination.
Exactly. CGI. I'm going to get my two blues here. My phthalo, well, the phthalo turquoise is more of a blue-green, but if you don't have that color, you can use phthalo blue instead. Maybe add a little tiny yellow to this. So ultramarine blue, I added a little bit of burnt sienna, and I'm going to add some yellow oxide to it. That's going to make a nice, really pretty neutrally green. And I want a little bit darker version, so I'm just going to use what's on my brush here and kind of make a little bit darker version. That yellow really lightens it up, though, a lot. I might take a little bit of black and mix that in. Okay, so I'm going to use this, and I'm still going to use this brush. I'm just going to kind of fling out some. This is going to be kind of the background behind my greenery. So this is the kind of fuzzy background for it, and then we'll do some more detailed greenery greens and things later. But this is going to be really nice and dark back here, and I'm going to come in on the hat a little bit, right around it, a little bit over the top of it, and just kind of squeeze in around his face. Nice and dark right up underneath where he's going to be sitting there. And then kind of just using the edge of the brush and just flicking out some very wispy greens. Okay, that looks good. And let's get some of the lighter color, and I'm going to add a little bit of white to this. Let's do some longer ones that kind of come out a little bit longer. And just spread them out. So maybe a few up this way. I don't want to go too light yet. And I'm not done with my stocking yet, so I can't really do much over the top of the stocking, but I do want to bring some down this way too. there we go. Got some crazy stuff going on back there. Looks like he's got some weird hair.
Here, I'll zoom in so we can get some nightmares.
Bad hair day right now. No, don't.
Are you sure?
They're already not sure that I know what I'm doing here. I'm going to get some of that background color and kind of fill in around the stocking here a little bit better. Now that it's dry, I'm seeing some areas that may need a little bit of a second coat.
So what did you get Mark for Christmas?
I can't tell him.
Oh, chat wants to know.
You want to leave the room for a second? Yeah.
I'll pass it along. What?
Chat wants to know.
No, they don't actually. They couldn't care less. I will say I got coffee, though.
You got, yes, I did. I got you.
Yeah, because you love me.
Mm-hmm. I do. I saw a funny mug today that one of my favorite authors, Lona Andrews, they opened up a merch shop, and one of their coffee mugs said, the only people who take their coffee black are cops and serial killers. I'm not getting it for you. And I'm like, no. That's a little too. I thought that was pretty funny, though. Mark likes his coffee black. So.
Yes. I said, would he drink it?
I was like, do I need to be worried? Did not know that. I don't know which of their books that's from, but I'm sure it's a quote from one of them.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to work on the stocking and do some kind of knit patterns on here. So I'm going to, let's do this bottom part first. So I'm going to get kind of a little bit lighter. I added some yellow, some white, and some unbleached titanium to this gray that we had from before. And I'm just going to kind of very lightly kind of run this through across and do some see how I'm kind of just dry brushing it, sort of very just gently running it through here. I am going to do some toe details. I'm not really sure exactly how this is going to work, but I'm going to do this part first. So then I'm going to kind of go. I don't think I did enough of these. Kind of opposite directions. Kind of looks like it. And I'm like literally doing this really fast because I find with stuff like this, the more I fuss with it, the worse it looks. So I feel like just do it fast and get it close. Just going to kind of dab it around the edges here, kind of closing up those stitches. Okay, that looks decent. Not 100%, but we'll get it there. Then I'm going to get some white here. Go a little bit brighter. And let's do some smaller stitches in this toe area. I decided, I just went ahead and did the whole thing with the pattern because it's easier to repeat the pattern than to paint around the pattern, if that makes sense, It's just so. We'll kind of do the toes with this
good pro tip.
Lighter color here. It's actually opposite what I did in the picture, but that's okay. Just kind of dabbing it on as if it's kind of a tighter knit area. Maybe it's flannel or felt or something, different material altogether. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then let's use this on our stocking cup. I'm just gonna do some stripies, kind of at a diagonal. Just some little stitches happening. And using the smaller filbert, I didn't mention it. This is a 2 filbert, so it's about a 1/4 inch filbert. I'm going to dab in some of the dark areas here too, just very like a little bit lighter. I haven't reloaded my brush, so there's less paint on here. Just giving those areas a little bit of color too. Okay, and then let's get a dark gray. So I'm going to get some black, some of that blue, and wipe most of that out. So I have just a little bit of paint on here, very little bit. And I'm just going to kind of bring it up underneath this. And kind of go in between some of these layers here. Just to kind of bring them out a little bit. Dimension. Let's go kind of around the footsies, and kind of in between the rows a little bit. And of course we're going to have like a puppy lump in here too, so I need to make room for that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of darken up sort of an area in here where I'm going to kind of mess it up a little bit, mess up that pattern a little bit. I didn't really think about that when I was doing it. So let's go ahead and kind of move that one down a little bit and give our stocking some lumps here. That makes sense? I'm kind of making it a little bit messier. There we go. So it looks a little bit more curved there instead of straight across. So when you do yours, maybe do your lines like curved through here where that puppy's gonna be lumping, filling in this area, making a lump. Get a little bit brighter white. Okay, there we go. A little bit brighter. Do a little bit brighter white around the edge of this stocking too. think about where the stocking might be sticking up. Add some highlights there. So maybe at the top of the toe in this part here. A little bit more white there. Let's get a little bit more of this white, add a little bit of that gray into it. And add some little V's. Yeah, that's cute. In my dark area here, just adding little, you can look at your own knit stockings and see your sweater, get a sweater out, see what kind of patterns you're seeing in it. There's all kinds of different patterns in sweaters, so you can do kind of whatever floats your boat here. It doesn't have to be just like mine, but just trying to get the feeling of a knitted stocking. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. Right now it's pretty flat. I'm going to have to give it some dimension by adding some shadowing and things. But I need to let this dry. I'm going to get a little bit of the dark and add some dark in between here, just some.
So, how much do I need to pay you to leave the puppy just as it is? Just wondering, a friend.
You just want it to be
Got some
left
crazy,
alone, huh? It does look like a
crazy Tina Turner hair going on there.
Okay, let's just go ahead and fix that right now, because on the video short, people are going to be like, what the heck is happening here? They got...
It'll be the thumbnail that
6 seconds, right? Exactly.
YouTube uses.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go ahead and get some burnt umber and unbleached, or burnt sienna. And I'm gonna fuzz out that face. There we go. That green that I used to draw, I'm turning him green a little bit too. So. He looks like a gingerbread cookie now with green hair. All right, I'm going to use this gray.
It reminds me of my teddy bear that I had as a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's just a little teddy bear. By the time I was done with it, we still have it, actually. My parents sent it to us.
Oh, yeah.
It's got no hair on it, missing ears and the mouth and stuff. And it's got that shape.
Yep. Yeah, this is still wet. You can tell because I touched it. That's probably not the best way of checking.
Okay, that's not the test you recommend.
No, probably not. I might have to have you take it and dry it because I got a lot of layers on here. I can't do a whole lot with it until I finish my stocking there. So let me go ahead and have you do that. Take it and dry it real quick because there's a lot of thick layers on that stocking that need to dry. And it's going to take it a minute. I'll show you what we've been working on. And if you missed last week, last week I was sick again. I'm so sorry. I have been sick on two Tuesdays this month. And I remember this happened to me last year because I had somebody get mad at me and send me a really nasty note about canceling my videos. And I was like, well, 1, they're free. 2, I'm sorry I can't do anything about being sick. I think the stress of the holidays may have something to do with it. So I've been like not eating before the shows. And that's been working pretty good. So I think that's what we'll do for the rest of the year. But But anyhow, this is what we worked on Saturday 2 weeks ago. Not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before, which was supposed to be the Tuesday show for that week, but got pushed to Saturday. And then I missed my Tuesday week, which was supposed to be this dog. We pushed back the Tuesday that was going to be today's to January. So we're still going to do the pine tree. Fitzy, stop it. We're going to still do the pine tree video, but anyhow, this one was super fun. Hope you guys try that one because that was a lot of fun. This one is what we did on this last Saturday. Stop. With my Patreon folks, my $5 level Patreon. Fitz Pickle, stop it. He's worried about Mark because he's left. Fitz, come here. Anyhow, we do once a month a bonus video. It's usually 3 to 5 hours, depending on the difficulty. This one we rushed because we were having our baby, grandbaby Noah, visit that day, and got it done in 3 hours. Record time. I was pretty proud of myself. But yeah, that's available on Patreon. So Mark will post a link. I also have a $10 level group that's working on this one, and on the $10 level group what we do is meet every Thursday, and we work on a project all month long. So this is, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. I think this was 4 weeks, so we've got one more week to finish it. That'll be 5 weeks. We're going to put a bunch of ornaments on it. All the animals are going to be holding ornaments, and it'll be a lot of fun, I think. When it's done, it'll be a little bit more colorful. But so that one's been really fun, and that's the $10 level. They also get a Facebook group and access to the $5 level stuff. So so bad. Okay, so you're going to get to this point. You're going to think I am doing something wrong. That is totally normal. Some paintings have a worse ugly stage than others. This one is definitely up there with the polar bear we did a couple of years ago. It's up there on the ugly stage, top, probably top, I don't know.
Top 10?
Top 10 for this year, at least, for sure. Of all time, I'm not sure, but this one's, it's totally normal. Acrylics just need layers, so they look funky until you get all the layers down. Usually, sometimes until the very last few layers. This one will come together as soon as I start putting the features of the dog in. All right, so I've mixed up some more of that dark gray, which the black and the blue, ultramarine blue and black, and some glazing liquid. You can use water if you don't have it, but you just want kind of a transparent color there. And you see how you can still see that the color through. That's what you want. So I'm just going to kind of darken up under the cuff, which we already have it kind of dark, but let's do that, and let's go all along this side. Let's just say our light's coming from this side, so we'll have this side of it dark. See how that's going to help settle it immediately. It'll look a lot better. At least the stocking part will. I'm going to really kind of darken that up. Don't be afraid to go really dark. The really dark contrast between the light and darks is what gives your painting depth. If you don't have that really dark and light in there, almost black and almost white contrast between two color, each color section. Not all of them are going to have that much of a drastic contrast, but a lot of times they will. At least in some of the areas, they'll have this really dark areas. That looks 1,000 times better, doesn't it? Okay, so let's do it along this side of the cuff and just kind of along that bottom edge. And I'm just scrubbing. I'm using the 3/8" blender brush, anything with a little bit of texture. You could use a softer brush too. It doesn't really matter here, but I like to use a blender for this. I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit along this edge, maybe not as dark. So a little bit of gray along this edge, because that'll round out that stocking on this side too. Just a little bit. And especially up under here, there's going to be a lot of dark right where that puppy's paws hang over. glazing liquid just allows your paint to stick a little bit better. It also has a little bit of extender in it, so it gives you a little bit of time to work the paint before it dries. So I think my paws were going to be like in here somewhere, so I'm going to go ahead and bring those down, bring the shadows down to where they are going to be, sort of underneath the paws. I've got a little area that it doesn't want to stick, but I'm going to have paw over that, so that'll be fine. Paws are going to sit over the top of that. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more of this and go really dark right up under here. I'm going to tap in almost black here, and then I'm going to kind of tap on one side of these. And let's say the white is kind of raised up a little bit, so just kind of bring those out a little bit. And if you get too much on there, you can use your finger and smudge it, or you can use a paper towel and smudge it if you don't want to use your finger. But now we're getting some good things. Okay, so let's say the body is going to be right in here. So let's go ahead and kind of do a little shadow under where he's going to have some feet, maybe. Somewhere in there. Okay. Just a little bit. We're making this all up, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just kind of trying to get the idea of some dimension here. Thinking about where the light would be hitting, and let me get a little bit of that lighter gray and just go back over this area with some of that lighter gray. And anywhere you got a little bit too dark, you can do that and go back over. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Again, we got it fairly close to our thing, except for we did light here instead of dark on the tips, but I like it. I'm liking it. All right. And let's do our little puff balls too before we get on to a different color, because otherwise we will lose this color. We won't remember, or at least I won't remember what color I used. So let's do them coming down from like here and being right in here. There, and maybe right here. That's cute. Yeah, like that. Get some of that darker gray. Add some of that in. Just using that edge of brush and pulling it in towards the center. And then we'll add some highlights to it, but kind of start dark and then go light. All right, that looks good. All right, let's help this puppy out and give him a face. Let's see. I'll go ahead and use this brush. This is a 2 round. I'm going to get some black. Mark out the nose and the eyes, and that'll give me a place to start for the rest of it. Actually, let me go ahead and put in the paws too. So the paws are going to be like here and here. Just using that dark brown that we used in the background of the face. And if your paint is going on and is not covering, easy way of making it more opaque is just grab some white. So get a little bit, add a little bit of white, doesn't take much. You might have to go back over it again with darker color, but that will make sure that it goes over like your green here. So see, immediately it'll cover up that green. And let's go ahead and put that fuzzy chin part of him, and let's fuzz out around the face too. kind of between the eyes and above the nose, either side of the nose. I'm just kind of painting around the eyes right now. Okay, so there we go. That's kind of our general face area. Let's give them a little nose right here. Cute. The nose is kind of like straight across the top, slightly curved, and then comes down on either side like a box. And then in the middle, there's just kind of a little bit of a wider area that comes down to make like almost like a big T shape, but lumpy. All right, let's get some more of that. And I'm going to move the eyes down a little bit to make them look a little bit younger. There we go. Cool little poppers. Let's do some kind of almond-shaped eyes. Sort of start the circle and then kind of come out. Do kind of a wing on top, coming out. And then up underneath the nose, just right up underneath there, you're gonna be a little smile. And then you get the unbleached titanium here. The top of the nose, going to have some of that all the way around to underneath the nose and the mouth. So that'll give them that little muzzle that's sticking forward there, right? And then just a little bit under the chin here. Like that. He looks like a teddy bear right now. You could give him little ears and he'd be a teddy bear. Which this is a Pomeranian, which do kind of look like teddy bears, so that makes sense. And I'm going to come out, leave a little bit of dark right here, come out, give him some little fluffy cheeks. And then let's get a little bit of that black and just mix that with this color, like a light gray. You can come up under the eye with that, a little bit of light gray. A little bit of white. Mix that in so it's like a brighter white gray color, and just a couple little dots there underneath the eye, and then a couple dots to highlight the eye there, a line across the nose, and then get some of that kind of medium gray and bring it down either side of that T box and underneath a little bit at the nostril. Okay, then I'm going to get some more black and come back in and make sure I've got some really nice dark nostrils that come down. And a nice dark area kind of underneath the nose, and make sure if I need to darken up that eye again, I can go back around it. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, very simple, simplified. I'm not going super detailed. So let's get back to this brush here. And I'm actually going to bring the hat down a little bit. I'm going to bring that black and come up right up underneath the chin with my collar. And just kind of tuck it into the fur there. And I'm going to bring the fur down over the top of the stocking. So use some of this black or the burnt umber that's got the white mixed into it, and bring some of that down fluffy over the stocking and around the sides of the face and the eyes. Okay. A little bit on the top of the paws. because he knows I'm painting another dog. He's not happy about it. He freaked out when you went outside. He did not like it. He was barking at you to let him out. Yeah, he was barking and scratching the whole time you were gone. Making a big ruckus.
I didn't hear him.
Yeah.
I was wondering if Chad was laughing. It's hard to be angry with a dog named Fitz.
Yeah, it's pickle. Yeah. True that. All right, I'm gonna bring the hat down. To right in here. Yeah, that's better. This is what I get for not drawing it out very carefully, but it's all right. We're getting it there. Cute. All right, let's get some red. Do we have Oak Island tonight? How are we doing? Okay, we're only now we're in. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I think I can.
If you can do a tiger in 3, you can do a dog in 2.
Okay. All right, so I mixed my magenta and my Cadmium Red Light here to make my Santa hat. And I'm just going to maybe bring it up right here where it folds over, comes around the side. Again, if it doesn't cover very well, you can add some white to this. I actually had that light gray under here, so it's actually doing me a favor, even though I didn't intend to paint that area in that way. It helped me. Gonna get some more. Get a little bit of black. What's going on?
He's laying outside the door. And I opened it, I looked at him, and he's just kind of looking at me side-eyed with his mouth partially open. And he didn't come in, so I just closed the door and he just laid back down.
He's like, what? I didn't. You heard that? Okay, doing a little bit of dark. Again, our light source coming from this direction, so we'll do this side a little bit darker. And kind of dark up under the cap there. And I kind of made a little fold right here and just kind of tucked up a little bit dark. Just added the black to that color that we used on the hat. That's all I did there. Okay. Which was these two colors. You can use just Cadmium Red Medium if you don't want to mix your own red. It's totally fine, whatever you want to do. I like to have control over it. Add a little bit more magenta to the dark because the black doesn't make such a rich dark with the Cadmium Red Light. It's got too much yellow in it. It kind of makes a funky, but it makes a really pretty dark red with the magenta tone. Okay, so there we go. We're going to do more to the puppy. Don't you worry, but he's, for now, good enough. And I'm pretty happy with the stocking, I think, so I'm going to go ahead and just go with it. Let's go ahead and start adding some greenery. So I'm going to add my Cadmium Yellow Light. That's the whole reason we got it out here, is so we can make some bright greens. So let's make a nice bright yellow green with it. I'm just mixing it with that color that I had before. That was the black with the two blues. And it had some yellow oxide in it too, I think. I might add a little bit of white to it. But let's go ahead and use that. And this is where we're going to add more of our kind of finished greens. And having that dark underneath will help this stand out a little bit more. If it doesn't show up, you can add a little bit of white to it to get it to stand out. And I'm just doing long, thin. There we go. You can do this before you do your stocking cap. I'll probably have to clean up a little bit of this. I'll probably get some stuff on it but that's okay. Not a big deal. Okay. I'm going to get some fluid white. That will help give me a better base for using a liner brush, because you need a fluid color. You need your paint to be very fluid. A lot of water mixed in. So I'm going to use that fluid white and add some of this green to that. Good. And I'm just kind of going, kind of pretend like there's a stem here, and then going on either side of it. See that? Some of them just doing long strokes, but other ones I'm kind of making them look a little bit more like a pine branch, you know.
Is
Just
that your
mixing it up.
Is that your liner brush?
Yes, this is the 2 liner, sorry.
Number 2
2
liner.
script liner.
2 script liner.
Number 2 script liner.
Thank you.
Yes, sorry. Okay. Got a little bit on my hat there. If you catch it early enough and your hat's dry, you can just wipe it right off. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get my angle brush. What this will do is let me load up my brush a little bit thicker with paint, and I don't have to reload as often. So let's do some leaves with this. Let's do some of those really pretty turquoisey leaves. So get that turquoise and some burnt sienna. Burnt sienna. Oops, let's use the fluid white. There we go. The burnt sienna just tones this down so that it's a little bit more of a natural color. I need to tell Spencer to stop yelling. Okay, well, that really looks good against that bright green, doesn't it? I like it. And see, that dark color is just going to kind of blend out now. It's not going to be as noticeable. We're slowly covering it. Get some white. And let's go ahead and so this is kind of like spruce, you know, spruce pine. It's got that bluish color. And you can do different, you know, some of them have longer just longer lines, thicker needles. Some of them have these really fine ones that are all bunched up together, so however you want to do it. You can look at some pictures of pine needles and see what looks good to you. What?
There's a paint cap in the side cam shot.
Where?
Gotta spin your little thing there. No, you're fine.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I see.
In the
I see what you're saying.
foreground,
Okay, no, never
Your
mind.
little
Yeah,
spinner.
right. Okay. Looks pretty good. Now I'm get some burnt umber burnt sienna and yellow oxide and create the little tips on these. So I'm just gonna kind of go through here, do some little, the stems, and some of them have this color. This will also tie in our dog color, because we'll be adding this color to the dog. So just adding a little bit of this color here. Okay. Okay, let's use it on our dog now. Our dog should be dry, so this will, I'm going to use it mostly on the cheeks here, coming down a little bit on here and a little bit on the paws. I'm going to get the unbleached titanium, mix that with this color, and just using the very tip of the brush, I'm just going to do some little hairs coming up over the eyes. And around the sides of the cheeks. Kind of carefully go around the nose. I don't want to outline the nose though, so kind of just dab it on so that it's looks a little bit more natural. A few random ones around the sides of the face here. A little bit down underneath here. A little bit on the paws. The paws aren't going to be as bright, but cute. I don't know. He doesn't look like a puppy to me yet. I think it's I'm missing the ears because of the hat, but we'll get it. We'll get there. Okay, I'm going to use the white with my. I've got the 1/4 inch blender now. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the hat. Just make sure you've got your red dark enough where you want it dark. I'm just going to blend that in over the top of the gray that I did. That'll give me my white. Do a little poof ball, and then I'm going to get some of this, and I don't have any of this gray left. Well, maybe a little bit. Let's go ahead and try to I'm going to have to get some black. There we go. smaller brush here. That's not looking like yarn to me. I get my brush and just do some smaller little. The ones facing us that are coming straight out at us are going to be just dots. So these ones in the middle here just be kind of dots. Adding back in some of the darker color because I lost it. Okay, let's use some of this lighter color and do our little yarn. I'm just going to dab a little line up underneath my greenery here to attach this to the stocking. Just dabbing it, make it look like yarn. Here we go. Cute. Go back over here with some white here. And get some bright white and just do a few little dabs with the bright white in there. Along the ribbon. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring some of this greenery down here in front of the puppy too, like it's kind of tucked in around him. This pickle is not being good today. What are you doing, dog?
He keeps hearing noises.
Mm-hmm.
He just went out there and I followed him, thought he might need to go out, but he just stood there listening.
Mm-hmm.
On alert.
Well, he doesn't like the rain noises too. It's been raining all day, so he's been on alert for that.
And then Cashmere's just
Completely oblivious.
Just sleeping on the towel on the
Yeah,
middle of the floor.
she doesn't care. What rain? All right, so let's put another layer of onto the hat here. I'm gonna get a little bit of white this time. this will also clean up any of the green that we got on it. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit brighter white highlight in the eye. The dog. Maybe a little too much there. Okay, let me take that off and try that again. I had too much paint on my brush when I did that. Boy, that dried fast. My goodness. My, need to run, is the humidifier on? No.
It was raining all day.
I don't know. You'd think, but that just dried immediately. Probably because I touched it with my finger. It dried fast. Okay, making sure I got that nose. Just cleaning up any shapes that you get. Do the dogs have a split lip? Ritzy, do you have a split lip? No. Okay, thank you. He looked up at me. He's like, no, Mom, I don't. Not like a cat. I'm not a cat. Yeah, I'm going to use a little bit of gray around the mouth, though. And then I'm going to use that burnt umber with my glaze. Maybe a little bit of black. It's a really dark color. Glaze. And let's shadow the fur around the hat. And just dab it off if it goes on too obvious, too thick. Then I'm going to adjust this for the face and kind of go right up underneath the chin. You can use this to shape out the face however you want. I want a little bit of dark above the eyes. So set those eyes in to the head a little bit. And then let's darken down the nose on either side a little bit, kind of from the corner of the eye to the corner of the mouth. And round out those cheeks a little bit. And then around underneath the chin. I'm going to make the chin a little smaller. Okay. And a little bit just below between the eyes here. This will do is to give that snout, give him a little snout. I liked the drawing that I did better than this, but I think my drawing's cuter. Oh my God.
Did you turn her on?
No, Stop. Oh my gosh. Alexa, stop. She's telling me how to draw. Try drawing upside down. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but then all the blood would rush to your head.
Okay. Just above the nose. Coming around the mouth here. And bring that out just a little bit more. Yeah, he just looks a little bit. I think the eyes are too big. Maybe that's part of it. Bring the eye in a little bit. I don't want to fuss with it too much, but I do want it to be cute. Don't want him to be scary looking. I think I'm making it worse. Just want to blend in the end of the smile to the thing here with a little bit of gray. And I think that I have the nose a little bit different shaped in the other one too. I think his nose is a little wide. So let me do that. Let me adjust his nose and bring it in just a little bit. Just a little smaller. A little more petite. There we go. That helped. And just make sure that I've got the dark part that I need there. Whoop. Water. So I want a dark to shape the top of the nose there. And then the nostrils. And then let's do a little bit brighter highlight on the tip of the nose with some white. And bring it down a little bit. Getting that black. Yeah, I'm fussing now. Okay.
Is the somebody said maybe the crease above the nose is making it look kind of frowny, squinty?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take that out. I think I need it lighter around the eyes too.
That helped. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be for a more mature dog, I think. Mm-hmm. Okay.
One little feature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, using some of that dark color to blend back over. Get some dark around the nose and the eyes. A little bit back into the fur here. Sometimes you add so much the lighter color, then you kind of lose all the nuance to the fur, so I'm just trying to tap back in here. I am making a total mess of this poor guy. Okay, there we go. I was trying to do this fast and just making it not fast at all. If I'd just done it the way I know how to do it the first time, we wouldn't have had this problem. Okay. Right here is kind of the brightest. Right here, and kind of these cheeks here coming out. Okay, now he's looking a little cuter. I might give him ears. I don't know. Do you think he needs ears coming out? I feel like the ears, maybe floppy ears coming out the side here, might help things. But I don't know, these dogs have floppy ears. They have more.
We said no ears.
No ears? There's the ears. No? Yes? No?
I'm sure.
Let me take them off and see. I feel like it better. That's just kind of cheek, I guess. Part of the cheek. Or,
Cheeky.
yeah. I do want some darker back here, though. I think that helped.
Hence the Thomas reference. Cheeky.
Cheeky engines. Okay. He's getting there. Cute. Okay. Let's stop messing with him. Let's get his collar on. So I'm going to do that again. I kind of had it on there, but I messed it up a little bit. So I'm going to do it right up under his chin. And then have this fur back here kind of dark so that it just blends in and isn't obvious where it starts or stops. Get a little bit of white, put a little highlight along the top of it.
Oh yeah, their ears aren't long enough to bend down and do that.
Okay.
They're just little,
Are they pointy?
little pointy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
My finger would. Yeah, they're just like little. Not pointy, but they're kind of like nubby things on top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it'd be coming out here.
Yeah.
Then.
So maybe if it was like a Pomeranian bloodhound mix where it just got the ears, that might work.
Could it be a Pomapoo? Little gold buckle. Okay. Need to get back in here with some dark green because I covered up some of that green when I put in the ears. The non-existent ears. So, should we just do the face like that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
Okay. I guess he needs a little bit of a body that. He's got body coming out here.
sorry, I was just smiling
Just
at,
what?
at the picture of you enjoying time with the granddaughters.
I know. With them crying. It's okay. It's funny now that we're not parents, you know, it's like we've been, you know, had some visits now with the grandbabies and whenever the babies are crying, you know, our boys are like, I'm sorry, you know, it's like we have been there, done that. Babies cry. It's fine. Can handle a little crying. It's not bothering us at all.
No.
We'll figure it out and they'll do. You know, of course, you don't want to let them cry. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you know, they're like all
I mean,
worried that it's bothering us. And we're like,
right.
no.
I mean, our boys never cried though. That was
Right,
the
that's
thing.
true.
They
That
were
was
perfect.
Yeah.
They were saying please and thank you by 6 months.
Yeah.
Always ate their vegetables.
Oh, gosh. Liam, our grandson, eats his vegetables. It's crazy. I could
Because his
never.
mom was more diligent about.
Yes.
And you know, like you were.
How come it's the mom that has to be more diligent about it? That's what I wonder.
Well, I mean, Jordan had me as a dad, so I know his eating habits. or cookies, ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying anything negative.
Oh, never mind. You already said it. Don't even.
Now my
He's
mind-
trying to backtrack.
Now my
He's
mind
like,
is
what did I
making the
just say?
connections of what-
What did I just say? I said he had a mom that. Yeah. Now you're hearing the
Alright.
the error of your ways there,
I'm
aren't
not
you?
suggesting you were not a good mom.
Too late. Too late. Too late.
I gotta go buy more Christmas
Exactly.
gifts.
I hope I've got a good gift under the tree for after that. All right, using a little bit of the. I need to just let this dry because what's happening is I'm trying to go over this dry layers, and I need some of this white coming out. This side, I'm not sure it's going to go over this green because it's a little bit wet still. Trying to give them a little bit more round cheeks there. The Unbleached Titanium. It's picking up green. Okay, let's just leave it alone. We gotta get these stocking or the. Okay. Oh, I'm running out of time. Okay.
Yeah,
I've dawdled away my time. Here, let's put a candy cane right here. Getting the white. This part will be. I can't say this has been easy at all yet, so I'm pretty much not going to call this beginner's lesson at all. This one is definitely one of the trickier ones. Do the snowman or the gnome. The gnome was actually way easier than it looks. The hardest part on the gnome would be. That was your.
Laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Got the audio turned off. You know, for the gnome, sorry.
The hardest part of the gnome one that we just did was probably the lantern, or the bird. The bird was pretty small. Those there. Let's get some of this yellow. We're going to do kind of a gift here, sticking out off to this side here. I'm gonna kind of do a little like feathered out edge there where it's coming down. I'm gonna get the burnt sienna and a little bit of burnt umber, make a dark gold for this side, angle it up, and then do down the one side. That, and then get a little bit lighter color, do across. This angle and this angle should match. Go across the top with that. Go. Get some white. I want this to be the same color as the gold on the buckle here, so go something in here and shine that buckle up a little bit. And then I'm going to do the Jingle Bells with this Burnt Umber, Burnt Sienna combo. So let's do those over here. Let's do one here. And here. Here. I'm going to get the black and really darken it up on this one side so that it shows up. They're kind of roughly circles. And get that gold and give them some highlights on the top. So just dabbing it on there. All right, that'll be good enough. I don't like this puppy at all. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't like it. I think the shape is what I don't like now. But now I'm looking at the original. I made the stocking cap too wide. I think it needs to be there. But I think that's part of it, is that his face looks too wide for the hat. So I'm going to widen out the bottom of the face here. I'm just making it worse, aren't I? I don't know. We'll see. No, that kind of helps, I think. Maybe. I think it's just that I made the hat too wide. I need to narrow the top of the head. That actually helped, though, I think. I'm going to bring that down over the paw a little bit, too. And a little bit over the leash right there. So, shoot. I should have drawn this hat on. I know better. There we go. Okay. We'll just put some stuff on there. It'll be fine. Few dabs and it'll be good. All right, let's put in our ribbon. I'm going to use this red here. Go across. Package. I think I need a do-over on this whole thing. It's okay. It'll turn. Well, I'll get it there, but I feel like you may not get to watch your Oak Island tonight. I'm just saying.
Oh, I don't think that's an option.
I want to finish this right. So. This is what happens when I rush. All right, that's good. Let's use this red for the Jingle Bells. that. I'm gonna make a little bow. Get some of the white here and I'm bring it around right there. Yeah, I narrowed that face down quite a bit by doing that. I'm gonna also bring it in right here. Yeah, it looks better. Okay. Just a little gremlin. Get a second coat on that candy canes. And then I'm going to get some of that red. I don't know how Ben's going to edit this dog. He's not ever going to be able to edit this video into a short. Just like the 2,000 iterations of the dog face. I'm going to go a little bit brighter with the green here, the candy cane. And maybe add a little bit of that turquoise to it to make it like a winter mint. Okay. Get a little bit of white. Fixing that one there. All right, we need to let that dry really well. So let's go ahead and put in some of the berries with the red. And these are just random, however you think they need to be. Let's go ahead and put a couple right here. That'll help kind of cover some of the mess up that we did over here. All right, let me get some of the dark red if I can get any. No, it's dry. Did you dry on me? A little bit of the black. There we go. Let's go on this side of the berries. A little dab. I'm gonna do it on the hat here because I lost that part right there when I moved it. Yeah, that whole thing is just of changes to the puppy. It happens sometimes, especially the my $10 level folks. When I do a lot of changing of the, make my own designs like this, sometimes they kind of have a lot of edits that they go through. Adding the little dabs on the jingle bells, the little holes that are in the jingle bells. Right. Let's add some white highlights, get a little bit of that gold and add some light color. And I'm just going to add some white highlights to the areas where the gold would maybe be catching the light. Along the top there, along the openings, some get some yellow. Add some of the yellow. Okay. Cute. I'm gonna use a little bit of this brown, burnt umber. Shadow along the side of the package here. And just kind of at the bottom here. A little bit. Just glazing. All right. I'm going to glaze some darker fur in here too. Really not glazing, just painting in some darker fur because it's all pretty light now. So just trying to add this puppy. No more Pomeranians. This is about how it went when we tried to own a Pomeranian. He was so the most difficult dog we've ever had. He was the cutest dog ever. But my gosh.
Oh wow, did you hear that, Fitz?
No, Fitzy's cuter. But
no, that's not what you just said.
Very cute.
And what was his name?
Napoleon.
And what was his nickname?
I don't remember.
Scrat.
No. And Scrat just happened to be Fitzy's name at the breeder, so that's what we thought it was a sign. I don't know why we thought it was a good sign, but we thought it was a sign. So we picked him. Yeah. I think part of it is I'm using the wrong brush for this. Okay, this is starting to look better. I just needed that dark under there. I kind of took all the dark away. All right, puppy, you better be done after this. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Again, I like the one in my picture better, so, and I think it's because he has kind of ears, floppy ears. All right, let's finish our candy canes. So these should be dry now. I'm gonna get some black, a little bit of that blue, kind of our gray color that we've been using. Come on. Here we go. A little bit of glaze. And I'm going to go at the bottom and along one side and then kind of up underneath there. And this one, the light, if it's on top, is going to be hitting it at a different place. It'll be under here that we want to shadow. And up under here. Try to get it as round as you can. If you can blend out that shadow, that's best, but it's okay if it's kind of line. There we go. And then get some of the green. And make sure we got it over the top of where these start. They come out. We may have to darken it up because they gotta look like they're coming out of somewhere dark. See that? Okay. Let's do our little blueberries. I'm gonna give his eye a little bit darker black around it. Just in the middle. Alright, I'd leave the puppy out if I did this again, I'm telling you. My God. It's alright, it's just...
Well, looking at it now,
It looks better.
yeah, it's
Not
but
quite there still, but it looks better.
for me, it looks like the left eye is a little bit closer to the nose than the right eye.
That could be. Yeah, this one. So this needs to be narrowed.
I'm not sure how to fix it. Just it look like there's more space in that right eye, or the eye on the right hand side.
Right, well, that can be fixed.
I don't know if it'll help. Maybe if you just put like an eye patch.
I don't know at this point. But, you know, sometimes sometimes you get like tunnel vision when you're painting on a painting like this, and you just need time and distance to see it, and then it'll so obvious. So it does help doing this live and have people see things like the, forehead, whatever, different things like moving the eye, because when I get to painting like this, sometimes I just don't see it until later, I don't know what there's a name for it, but basically you just get kind of blinded to it. And you can tend to do that with your drawing too. So one of the things that I'd heard about, drawing. If you find, that your drawing's off, or say you want to leave, draw the new part on a separate, like a transparent layer, so you can lay it over the top, because chances are what'll happen is you'll draw the same thing again if you don't have the different thing underneath it. It's like, and that may be what's happening here, as I'm just doing the same pattern on the fur over and over again, trying to change it but never actually changing it, that just happens sometimes. You get too close to it. Well, I don't think I made that better. I kind of think I made it worse. I think I put the highlight in the wrong spot. Let's try the highlight again. Did that seem better to you? Okay. There we go. All right. Oh my goodness. Some paintings just fight you. This one is fighting me. It's not cooperating. And nothing like doing it live either, Gonna do a highlight on my candy canes, give it a little shiny spot up toward the top, along that side there. Let's highlight our berries. I still haven't put my blueberries in. I want to put my spruce berries in. A little bit of red, a little bit of white with my red here. I'm just gonna highlight these red berries. Just a little dab. Please don't leave me mean comments about what I should have done different. It's too late. After I've painted it, I can't change it. So your time is now.
But
you can tell me what to do now.
But later?
But later, I don't want to hear it, because I'm just like, I can't do anything about it
And
now.
you only have 8 minutes until Oak Island. So
Exactly. So you better speak up if you see something you need me to change. Because otherwise you're just going to make me mad later, because I'm just being like, well,
but this
you're
has
too
been
late.
A good tutorial to help people work through,
You got to work through problems.
issues, right? Because, we all don't get it right the first time, and then trying to figure out exactly.
Or the 12th, but
but
we're not
try to
counting.
narrow down what exactly it is. If we remove the line from the bridge of the nose, we pull the eye in,
Right.
resize the hat, and all these little
Right,
things
right.
contributed to the improvement.
Exactly.
There was no
Yeah.
silver bullet.
Wasn't just one thing.
Right. Yep.
Okay, getting a little bit of the highlight yellow here, and I'm going to just highlight on the package and make it look a little more kind of almost shiny. Wiping that off. Put the color down where you want it brightest along the edge there, and then just wipe it off and sort of push it around a little bit.
Okay, somebody said more chin hairs.
Okay.
And they clarified not for them personally, but for the dog.
Oh, well, I've got plenty to spare if you need any. I've got plenty. I hit about 45, and they just like sprouted like a garden. I don't know what happened. It's got to be hormones, I guess. It's not fun. If I wait a couple days and then I've had somebody over, and then the next day I do my makeup or something, and I'm like, I hadn't, if I don't get out because I wear glasses, so I'm not like always being super diligent about checking my chin hairs, which I really should, because there have been times where I've spent like an entire day with somebody and just had like 1/4 inch chin hairs all over the bottom of my Oh my gosh. Sorry, it does make me think of chin hairs. I'll get there. I'm just working on the bow here. Oh, funny. So, note to self, check your chin hairs before your guests come over. I actually need to do that tomorrow because I got people coming over for the cookie party. Although if you're going to have chin hairs, your friends are going to be the ones to understand, right? Real friends don't mind a few chin hairs. Okay, much better. That I did help. I think that was a lot of the problem. Good job, honey.
Thanks.
Yeah, so under the chin, yes, I agree. I see what you're saying. There's no like bottom chin. There we go. Now he's got a little chin. They do have like more like higher cheekbones too, like highlight along the top there. Little smiley faces. They are super cute dogs. That's why I wanted to paint them, but cute. All right. Let's see. What do we want to do still? Oh yeah, the blueberries.
Cedar berries.
Cedar berries. If I got some blue, come on, get some blue.
So we do that. What is the program you use for your digital art?
Procreate.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that, but sometimes I've been known to be wrong, believe it or not.
Well, I am trying to learn Illustrator, but I haven't gotten confident enough to. I've been using Procreate for a little over a year now, so I've gotten a lot better at it. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm getting there. It took me about an hour or two to do the drawing for this tonight. So, not super proficient with it yet, but hopefully we'll get there. The more I do it. And some highlights to the berries. They're dark enough that I probably don't really need to do a dark side. They're not going to show up if I do, so just going to kind of dab on some highlights. Cute. Probably too many. Those were three too many right there. Just gonna take those off. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now what we need to do is connect those cedar berries to some sort of stems, and then get a little bit of brown. Same thing with the red ones. Just make sure they've got some sort of a stem going down into the greenery. sparkle. It's cute. We can put the little, probably needs a little clasp there. Okay. Do we need any brighter anything? I guess the candy canes are all right. They didn't turn out as good as I'd hoped. I think I rushed on them, but all right, it's 8. I guess my time's up. I do want a little bit more highlight on that white pack or that gold package there. Get a little bit more white. If I can find it. There we go. Just a little bit of a brightness. There we go. Cashmere's over there purring. Getting some dark underneath the bow, just a little bit. Like I noticed on my snowman that I didn't shade the underneath his scarf stuff, so just take a minute and make sure you got shadows underneath stuff if you need a shadow, you know, like on the stocking here, maybe there'd be a dark shadow right up underneath where he's sitting, right there and right here. Pull that down. Darken up under the chin, sides of the cheeks a little bit. Under the hat if needed. All right, I'm gonna stop there. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I'm just gonna. There's not a whole lot more that I can do right now until I look at it and set with it. I'm gonna get a little bit of this black and use it on my candy canes there. Darken up where they go down in. I think it's cute. It's got the potential. It's close. It's not quite what I'd hoped for. Like I said, I kind of want a do-over. I think I would do some things different. Mm-hmm. But he's 90% cute. How's that? I do notice that I'm gonna bring the eye down just a little bit right there. Bring the Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think part of it too is this part here. I'm not really happy with the way the stocking looks right there, where the overlap is happening. I think it really needs to be black right there. Like the stocking is gaping open right there. Coming down. And some of that light gray from the stocking. Like I put greenery here, but I don't think I need it, because I think that it may look better just to have that dog. Coming out of the original version that I had. Yeah, I think that's better actually. And then I'm just gonna shadow on his fur with that dark. So that pushes him back. He's not over the top of it, he's kind of behind it. And the stocking ticks over here a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's better. Top of the stocking there, highlighting that part. All right, I think we're going to call that good. Phew, my goodness. What a interesting night. But we got it done. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully you guys can make it cuter. I don't know. I think we got, like I said, close. I'll probably warm up to it. I think at this point I'm so tired of this dog, I don't want to look at him anymore. But I think if tomorrow I'm going to look at it and either see something I want to change or decide he's not that bad after all. So it's a 50-50 chance. I don't know at this point, but I'm done. I'm done with him. All right. I swear next week will be better. We'll be finishing up our Christmas series. We're going to be painting well, not a reindeer, but a elk with the moon behind him. So it's kind of a nod to Santa flying over the moon, but not quite a literal translation. So a little bit more of kind of a everyday item that you could use, in your home all year long. But still kind of a little bit Christmassy feeling, I feel like. It just kind of made me think of Christmas when I was thinking of doing it. So I just saw one other thing that I'm going to do. Get that dark burnt umber here and this. So hopefully you guys will come back and join us. If you liked this, let me know in the comments. If you didn't, well, I don't blame you, but we'll do better next time. How's that? I understand. It's painting. It's not rocket science. Sometimes it works and sometimes it fights you. But I think he's Yeah, that actually helped a lot. I like that better. Okay. For real, I'm done now. For real. Mark's looking at me with funny eyes. I'm going to sign it and say thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. Post the Patreon thing there. I talked about Patreon. That's where you go if you want to sign up for Patreon. I'll have the traceable for this. I'll probably draw it tonight or tomorrow, sometime after my cookie party. But we'll have the traceable for you of this if you want to try it. And yeah, see if you can do better. Hopefully you can, because this one was rough on me. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.